Two peas
Two
in a
peas in
bong.
a bong.
Alf already in the building.
Two peas in a bong.
Knew you would be there.
Two peas
Two
in a
peas in
bong.
a bong.
Two peas and a bong. Two peas and a bong. Two peas.
Two peas
Two
in a
peas
bong.
in a bong.
Welcome to another episode of Two Peas in a Bong. It's your boy KP.
And minus DP, but hoping he'll be tapping in soon. It's your boy Bong. What's good? What's good?
Man,
Congratulations are in order.
oh my gosh.
Alf, we
Ow.
did it, baby. Top of the world.
Oh, ow. Come on.
Hey, Alf, we did it, man. Top of the world. Oh man.
This should have been the Rams year. That's what this tells me. Should have
It
been the
was
Rams
it
year.
was this was reminiscent of those 90s Cowboys 49ers NFC championship games.
Whoever wins the Super Bowl, essentially.
Exactly. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl was just a formality. But the way the NFL is set up now, where it's just always, expect the unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes told me it wasn't going to be a close game. It's what my eyes told me. But sometimes with this new NFL, you gotta believe the unbelievable. So, I wanted to give New England a chance, but once there were a couple of plays early
Uh-huh.
where Sam Darnold almost got picked, like
Yeah.
twice.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I believe
Thought it was going to be a fumble.
if those plays, it was two early throws in the first quarter. If they get their hands on either one of those, if New England gets their hands on either one of those balls, with the way that Seattle played, because Seattle either played conservative. I don't want to say they played conservative, but I want to say New England's defense was definitely the real deal. It could have been a different ball game.
Absolutely. And I kept thinking that they were going to get a defense, they were going to force a defensive turnover. And ironically, it turned into Seattle that forced the defensive turnovers and sealed the game. El Bracket Productions in the building. Yeah, it was just, I was watching it, man. The Cooper Cup catch on the first drive that was ruled a completed pass was incomplete.
No, and I don't think that would have got overturned. So them not
You think
reviewing
so?
it was the right thing to do.
You don't think it would have got overturned?
No,
It was a bobble, and he secured it out. He didn't get 2 feet in. He got 1 foot in once he resumed the catch, and the other foot was clearly out of bounds. You got to review that. That led that put them in the position to get 3 on the first drive. Um, if that catch is ruled an incomplete, who knows? They may go 3 and out that first series, and now you don't have as much pressure on you to try to score. But it was
they
that.
would have had the exact amount of pressure, the same amount of pressure, because they couldn't score. So even if, let's say, Seattle goes 3 and out in the first drive, it wasn't like Seattle went out there and scored a touchdown. We're talking about a
They
field
did.
goal.
They
So
did,
you're
yeah.
saying that if Seattle goes 3, if they don't get a field goal out of that, and it's 0-0 after that first Seattle drive, that it changes the way New England's offense looks?
I think that Sam Darnold felt the pressure, not the pressure to we're down after the first drive. I ain't been shit all playoffs. I got to make a difference. right now. And it just never happened, man. And so it was that drive, and then it was a drive right before the half where they kicked another field goal where it's like, you let them off the hook and you gave up 6 points and you didn't necessarily have to. I think the game, it could have been a one possession game going into the half.
So even if it's a one possession game going into the half, New England had 0 going into the fourth. Like, I mean, I don't. Again, when they got watching the game, it was really.
It was one sided.
It wasn't. It was like watching paint dry, because Seattle couldn't bust the door open, right? So they kept New England in the game. Once Seattle got to 12 points, it was like, New England can't score 12 points. It was like, okay, I think 12 might be the threshold to win. Like, because it takes you away from a hey, if you score a touchdown, regardless how it comes, like a defensive turnover, a pick six, anything like that. If it's 9-0 and you get a defensive touchdown or some kind of fluky play, a field goal wins it.
Yeah.
If when they score 12, you need to score 2 touchdowns. You need to score 2 touchdowns, and if you have 0 points going into the fourth quarter, it's like, nah, it's not coming. And it's so. Go ahead, Kevin. You
Oh
about to
no,
say?
no. I felt like some of the throws, he's got to make some of those throws. Drake
Who,
May.
Drake May?
Yeah.
I mean, he was under
No,
a
no,
little
no.
pressure. He
I'm
was
saying
under a
the
little
ones,
pressure.
I'm saying the ones that he wasn't. There were a couple that he wasn't under pressure. The interception that he threw, like, man, you got to step into that pass a little bit more, man. You, I understand you've been getting hit. I understand you've been sacked more than any quarterback in postseason history. I think they got sacked. I think he got sacked 6 times yesterday. Um, I understand that, but look, it's one more game, man. You got to put it all on the line, and you got to put the ball where it needs to be. You lost the MVP vote by one vote, essentially. So you were right there, and you didn't look anything like an MVP type quarterback in a
But he
game
looked,
where, huh?
but he looked like what he's looked like in the playoffs.
That was I was gonna say that, but now we can't even argue bad weather at this point because you on the West Coast, baby. That was that's as good as it's gonna get for you this
Only
time.
thing he can argue is Bad Bunny, but that's neither here nor there. Um, I think it's ironic that he was facing Sam Darnold, who is known for seeing ghosts, because I think the interception and everything that came after the pressure that they put on Drake May throughout the
Yeah,
game, he started seeing ghosts. That was the difference in the game. Now, New England, they thought that they could do to Sam Darnold what Seattle did to Drake May.
yeah.
In the first quarter, they blitzed Sam Darnold at a 70% blitz rate. So they were trying to get Sam Darnold to make the mistake.
And I'd say this about Sam Darnold. So Sam Darnold was 19 for 38, 202 yards, 1 touchdown, right? Those stats don't look good at all. They don't stand out. But the mere fact that he didn't turn the ball over in some of the situations that he was in was the biggest difference. Like, I'm supposed to have at least 2 turnovers, at least 2. And it never happened. It was one where he got hit as and he just happened to throw. His hand was in his throwing motion and the ball went down. Like, it was like, damn, New England can't catch a break. This guy's not turning it over.
And there were plays where they had him dead to rights and he would slip out like a running quarterback.
Yeah.
on two of those plays, he had what would have been touchdowns that he overthrew. I think he overthrew Jackson Smith and Jigba on one, and then I think
When he broke out, third quarter.
he overthrew Shaheed on one of them.
Yeah.
But those plays were the pressure was on him. He escapes the pressure. Obviously, that's where you see the difference between a top tier quarterback and Sam Darnold. Because if you're talking about one of the upper echelon of quarterbacks, one of these top tier quarterbacks, when they escape that pressure like that, and they got a guy downfield wide open, they're going to make that pass.
Absolutely, they're going to make you pay.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I'll say is Sam, and I think everybody now watches football in a vacuum. So they want to say that Sam Darnold didn't have a great game, as opposed to creating context where they say, hey, New England was a really good defense. And they made a lot of quarterbacks look bad in this playoffs. So, for him to not make any mistakes and to play clean football and allow the defense to do what they do. Hey, defense, you guys go be the star of the show. We'll be the supporting actors. You know what I'm saying? Me, Kenneth Walker, Jackson Smith and Jigba came back with a concussion. We know he was concussed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he came back with a concussion. Cooper Kupp made some big plays. The tight end kind of started the game off making some big plays. You know what I'm saying? We'll be the supporting actor. We don't have to be the star. We don't have to be the Tom Hanks. We ain't got to be the Denzel. We ain't got to be the $20 million guy. We can be, you know what I mean, like the role, the supporting act, and just let the defense carry the day. It's still a championship at the end of the day.
Were they Bokeem Woodbine? Were they
Bokeem? Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Overacted.
A man of many roles.
Charles S. Dutton.
Oh man, my boy Rock. You did. But shout out to Sam Darnold for actually, like I said, doing what he needed to do and not overthinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's sad because now you have folks that are looking at the Super Bowl and saying, oh, Sam Darnold, he didn't wow you in the Super Bowl, but he just did enough. And it's like,
nah. Anyone that really watched that knows that, like, as I said, his stats were pedestrian. But the mere fact that he didn't turn the ball over under all the pressure he was under,
they were bringing the house. The reason Kenneth Walker looked good early was because they were selling out to get to Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
They just knew that they were going to get one. And all they needed was one. The same thing that we're talking about with what they did against the
Texans,
the Broncos quarterback.
Yeah.
All we need is one. Just give us one. You know what I'm saying? Give us one turnover. We could turn that, put us in the red zone.
Yes.
We can get a scoop and score or a pick six, something like that. And I commend New England for the game plan. But
it was a hell of a game plan.
Seattle just had no weaknesses. They had a competent offense, right? So it made a huge difference.
They had a competent quarterback that was like, look, man, I understand this moment. I may never get this moment again. I've been shipped around. I've been to hell and back. I'm getting this dub. And shit, that's what he did.
Shout out to him, man. Like I said. And it's just so crazy that game to game, how we look at Sam Darnold. Remember, in the NFC Championship game, they were singing his praises about how great he looked against the Rams.
Yeah.
And they made it Sam Darnold is great because he looked good against the Rams. Well, guess what I'll tell you about the difference between the Rams and the Patriots? The Rams defense isn't as great as the Patriots defense is. So, yes, he should look good against the Rams. Hell, Bryce Young looked decent against the Rams. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's not a surprise that Sam Darnold went out there and cooked the Rams. It's not like cooking the Rams is like something that's never been heard of, you know.
mhm.
But shout out to him for actually putting together a game plan and actually doing what he was supposed to do in the actual Super Bowl in the big game.
Yeah. And that was a heck of a way to start the game, man. Kenneth Walker, I think it was a first down. I think it was either 9 or it was 10 yards, 10-yard run. I was like, ah, man, this
I
guy
think that
can't.
was the first offensive play of the game.
It was. It was
Picked up
first
the
off.
10 spot right off the bat.
Yeah, like, ooh, if this is how it's going to be, damn, it's going to be a long day. And ironically, he ended up getting the MVP. But people right now that are probably punching the air, the Minnesota Vikings in their front office.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Punch
for
the
sure.
air.
For sure. For
Let
sure.
this guy get away.
They fumbled that one. They fumbled that one. And what they had in house, I don't see it. And I don't understand how they saw Sam Darnold, they saw what they had in house. And I promise you, they're gonna have to bring somebody else in because if they're just gonna run it back with JJ McCarthy, you're running the risk of losing Justin Jefferson, who's gonna probably ask to get out of there. You
Yeah.
know, you
Yeah.
have a top tier playoff level defense with a bunch of no names on that Minnesota defense, and you guys are tricking it off. Remember, last year they won 14 games. Last year, they just kind of they fizzled out in the playoffs. Who are your biggest? Who are your biggest? I guess we'll do winners and losers. Who are your biggest? We'll start with winners. Who are your biggest winners of the Super Bowl?
Um, what is it? Rashid Shaheed, one of the biggest winners. He was rotting, wasn't he? Was he in New Orleans?
He was in New Orleans. What?
Rotting in New
Yeah,
Orleans,
yeah,
and snuck on
yeah.
a whim to
Yes.
Seattle toward the end of that, right at the
Trade deadline deal. Yeah.
Yes, got
Mhm.
there, got him a Super Bowl. That is a winner. I think the biggest winner is Sam Darnold.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think he's the biggest winner. I think the biggest loser may be Geno Smith, who Geno Smith or DK Metcalf. Um, I'll probably go DK Metcalf first because DK Metcalf was the number one last year, right? He's number one receiver. And when DK Metcalf got traded to Pittsburgh, it's like everyone's questioning why you would let this caliber of receiver go for Jackson Smith and Jigba. And what do you know? This guy statistically was the best receiver the year after you got rid of your number one receiver in
So,
an offense that doesn't pass the ball like other offenses.
so what I'll say is this, and having seen it done in Dallas, I understand now why DK had to go. DK had to go so that they could turn over the reins to JSN, right? They didn't want it to be a power struggle. Like if you look at Cincinnati, depending on who you ask, they have two number one wide receivers. But when you think of Cincinnati, who's the number one wide receiver there?
It's Chase.
Chase,
Or
right?
Chase. Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yeah.
If you would have brought DK back with JSN this year, there would still be a power struggle because DK feels like I'm the man,
Yeah.
right? They felt like we want to go this direction where JSN is the man, and we could bring in a Rashid Shaheed to play second fiddle, a Cooper Cup who doesn't mind being a role player on a good team. You know what I'm saying? Like now we have established a pecking order, and we don't have to worry about this guy crying because I'm not getting my touches, and we know DK Metcalf is a diva.
Yeah.
So, it was having seen it done in Dallas. I understand why they had to get rid of DK. Would they have been better with him? Absolutely. But there would have been games where, the vibes aren't right on the sideline because I
So
don't like that I'm not getting the touches and so on and so forth.
so maybe they aren't better with him then. If the vibes aren't right, and then it takes away from your top receiver.
Right. I'm talking about you. Well, you're saying in the grand scheme of
Yeah,
things,
the grand
yes.
scheme of things.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying uh, that on the field, the product would have been better, but the pecking order, there would just been too much infighting. So, you know, so I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna say my biggest winner or some of my biggest winners from yesterday
Uh-huh.
um, was Tom Brady, of course. Um, it's
The
like
Patriots still can't win without me.
absolutely, it's Tom Brady who, like what year Dolphins is that? It's like the 72 or the 73 Dolphins
Dolphins,
that,
yeah,
that pop champagne every year somebody loses
yeah.
because there won't be another undefeated team. So Tom Brady was one of the biggest winners. Obviously, Alf and a couple other people in the chat said Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker, who's chasing the payday now. And the sad thing that what
He
happens.
got robbed on that long touchdown run on that
Absolutely,
bullshit holding call.
yes, sir.
Bullshit.
Um, what happens when teams win Super Bowls? Inevitably, players get picked, players get plucked. You know what I'm saying? Kenneth Walker's a free agent. Somebody comes and gives him a bag, and Seattle's like, "We can't afford to pay you."
They gonna pay him.
Take the bag, man. Hey, not only do you have a Super Bowl ring, you have a Super Bowl MVP under your belt. Go get a bag if you need to.
Yeah, I think they'll pay him.
Yeah, I hope that you hope they'll pay him, right?
Charbonnet's hurt.
I think they. I
Oh, yeah,
hope so. I think
yeah.
they will though.
Yeah. But
man.
so we were talking biggest winners and biggest losers. So I just told him my two biggest winners from the game are Tom Brady and Kenneth Walker, right? So and then now I'm going to go over my biggest losers. Obviously, I'm a die on this hill. I'm not going to let it go. Biggest losers are whoever the offensive coordinator was with the Ravens.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
23 and Lamar Jackson, because nobody's going to tell me offensively this team was greater. They had a better wide receiver. One great wide receiver. Everybody else was a role player.
But how does Seattle's defensive performance show you that it's Lamar Jackson? Because the offense
because they had that
offense didn't do nothing either.
They had that same defense in 23. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all could have rolled the same coattail.
Yeah, I'm not rolling with that. I'm staying on that same hill.
Patrick Mahomes and the vaunted Chiefs offense to 17 points in the AFC Championship game. They didn't run away with it.
Yeah, but that's not Lamar Jackson. I roll with, okay, maybe it's the offensive coordinator and all that stuff. But like Lamar Jackson though, because last time you brought this up, I was like, well, would you have that year's Lamar Jackson versus this year's Sam Darnold? You would take this year's Sam Darnold, and you couldn't say that you would take this year's Sam Darnold.
I would never take Sam Darnold over Lamar Jackson.
So then, so stop trying to argue that point and throw Lamar Jackson in there. That shit don't make sense to me.
But what I'm saying is, Sam Darnold still got it done.
I'm about to hop back off. When you done with this part, I'll come back on.
Hey, I'm on the internet sometimes. There's a lot of Ravens fans that are sour and blaming whoever you want to blame on the offensive end. Because they believe that they had a similar defense. They had the number one defense in the NFL in 23. The same way Seattle had the number one defense in the NFL in 25. They feel like their defense in 23 was good enough Remember, they had Roquan. They had just traded for Roquan. They had that secondary with damn all those. Of course, I can't think of their names right now. They had a squad in 23. They had the number one defense in the NFL. It was literally a carbon copy of this Seattle defense, and they had the number one run game in the NFL. I'm just saying. I'm not, and let me not say I'm blaming Lamar. Something was off in that offense. Todd Monken got a job somewhere, right? Where's he at? He's in Cleveland.
Al said was the problem.
Cleveland. He's in Cleveland, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the head coach in Cleveland.
Okay.
So
he got a job.
He got a job. He's the head coach in Cleveland. Lamar Jackson got a fresh start with who they bring in? They brought in a defensive guy. So they brought in the guy from the Chargers, I believe, to the Ravens. So they have another defensive minded guy in Baltimore. Let's see if it was Todd Monken. I would love to see if he has any kind of success in Cleveland with whatever they decide to do or whichever direction they decide to go in Cleveland. You know, they still owe Deshaun Watson a lot of money. I don't know if they plan to try him out there. It sounds like there's a lot of enthusiasm about Shador potentially being the starter over there. So,
yeah,
let him figure that out.
But it all it takes for him to have some semblance of success in Cleveland is to just have just a better feel for, like, as far as culture goes. It's almost a no lose situation for him. They stink, Cleveland. So if they win a few games, they gonna be like, looks like we're headed in the right direction. We got the right guy.
We got our guy.
Right.
They 3-1 in week 4. They
Oh man, but so who would you say are your winners and losers, DP? I know you. We kind of threw the question at you.
Well, definitely Kenneth Walker, because I was, man, I drafted him. I told y'all I had been drafting him over the past few years for fantasy football, but jumping into reality, like, he had doubters too, like Sam Darnold. And I mean, for him to get an MVP, you know what I'm saying, just kind of jump on the scene like that. He had been playing well for the playoff run. And I think, Bong, you said something about when Charbonnet went down, it was the perfect opportunity for Walker to show what he had, and that essentially they've been saving him for the moment. So he came through. But then, of course, Sam Darnold, like, how many quarterbacks get a chance to win a Super Bowl? How many quarterbacks get a chance to play in a Super Bowl? And he was, talk about the one who was most doubted. It was Sam Darnold. Everybody was talking that shit. Sam Darnold, this. Is he going to do this and do that? And he just didn't fuck it up.
Hey, DP, I want to try and piggyback off of that comment into like two discussions that I've heard a lot today on Sports Talk.
Okay.
Going into next year. So I'm gonna lay it out the two parts, and then we can go whichever direction you want to go. Is Sam Darnold top 5 going into next year? Hold on. So that's the one part. And then, did the Seahawks show you the blueprint on how to win, and that you don't necessarily need a superstar MVP quarterback to win a Super Bowl? Those are the discussions that are being had today around the league and in all the sports talk. So let's start with the top 5.
Top 5 going into next season.
KP's taking too long. No.
So keep in mind, we may be playing without Mahomes. So take Mahomes off the board. Matt Stafford may be back, but
If he's back, he's definitely there, and I think he'll be back
Okay.
for at least one more year. I think Stafford's back. You're not gonna take Allen now, Josh Allen now, because of what they've been saying and all that stuff.
Lamar
Lamar Jackson
Jackson,
was injured; he's got to be in there. I mean,
boy,
people were.
Joe Burrow. He's
I was
always
gonna say people were still gonna Burrow. Yep, I would. I personally, I'd probably still take Burrow over Sam Darnold.
oh hell yeah.
You know,
is he better than Dak Prescott?
and listen. I was gonna round it out because that's 5 right there. I don't have to go no further. I don't even have to start talking about your boy with the San Diego Chargers.
Hey,
But yeah, nah, I would say no. That would be a prisoner of the moment thing to say, just because he won a Super Bowl.
it's and here's what I'll say too. It's so telling how sports media does things. After CJ Stroud's rookie year, even with the playoff exit, they said going into that next year he was top 5. Jaden Daniels goes to the NFC Championship game last year.
Yeah.
They said going into this year he's top 5.
Prisoner of the moment takes.
Prisoner of the moment. They're
Yeah.
always want to be, but it's always cool to be prisoner of the moment with the new kid on the block, with the new hot shot.
Yeah, even though Darnold ain't the the new hot shot, but Darnold had been in the league for a minute.
Because you want to be the first one to say it. Yeah. I said it first.
Heard it here first.
Absolutely.
So the funny thing about Darnold is that I think that even though he's been on back-to-back 14-win teams.
Damn. Can we throw the Vikings in as one of the biggest losers?
I said this.
Yes.
Okay, because I think they gave up too soon.
Yes, that's KP said that before you got on.
Okay.
Absolutely. And their situation is muddy because check this out. And I know we're gonna get back to the top 5 conversation. The free agents or free agent quarterbacks, if Kyler Murray gets released from Arizona, you got him. That's why I keep saying that's his landing spot, right? But the only other one that's really viable like that is a guy that you had in the building and you let go already. Kirk Cousins, who's released by the Falcons.
Did you see in the Discord where I said I think Alpha is the one who brought it up in the Discord, and I was like, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
He said something about what was going on with Kirk Cousins, and then I was like, well, shit, send him back to Minnesota. And Alpha was like, that would be a good fit.
It would
Kirk Cousins.
And Kirk
not to be confused with Kirk Cousins. You like that?
So yeah, but I think people are using the same way you have the new kid on the block. I think people are using Sam Darnold's past with the Jets, with the Panthers against him, right? But I'll say this. I was talking to KP before you got on, and I said that the way you can tell that Sam Darnold isn't an elite quarterback is there was a few plays where the rush was coming. He evaded it, and he was almost so happy he evaded the rush that he missed 2 open touchdowns.
He did.
One to Shaheed and the other one to JSN.
Hey, it was some $1 million moves though. Absolutely. And a 2-cent finish, right? Absolutely. Hey, he looked good moving in that pocket.
Yep.
And just didn't follow through.
But go ahead, KB.
I would say his stats don't reveal how good he really was because he didn't turn the ball over. And some of the positions he was in, he should have.
Or how good he really could have been as well.
So here's the thing.
Hits a couple of those throws.
DP, with or without him hitting the throws, just being able to get the ball out is a win.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey man,
absolutely.
Like if he actually makes the pass, that's the lottery ticket.
Yeah. And not doing what Drake May did.
Yeah. We gonna assist, but we gonna assist.
Hey, but to answer the second part of your question, which was, did Seattle show you that the defense is the blueprint or whatever? They just, that saying about defense wins championships, that's been said. I don't think they've introduced a new blueprint. What they've done is put some tape out there, some footage out there on their scheme and how they run their defense. So we'll see if it stands the test of time next year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because people will be trying to attack it and trying to pick it apart. If they come back next year and pretty much do the same type of deal, then it's like, okay, damn, we really, really got something here. But the thing with that is, now that you have all these teams and people making money and all this wanting to go this place and that place and capitalize on just stacking their pockets, you may not be able to keep the teams like you did back in the day, like a repeat Dallas Cowboys who went, back to back to back and all that shit, or the 49ers. Like name a squad who you would consider a type of dynasty.
Yeah.
You know, like even Kansas City, you see their struggles to try to like bring in different players to fit offensively. Like it's just hard to continue to build a team. Somebody on that defense is going, like you say, Kenneth Walker is going to be ready to go get his back. Somebody on that defense is going to be ready to go get their back. D Law fell into their lap this time around. Like, how many times does the perfect storm happen to build a defense like that? That defense is crazy. Like, they're ridiculous, man.
And they have a rookie in Eamon Wari on there.
Right.
That
right.
going
right.
to continue to get better.
And who eventually will need to be paid, right? And when it's time to pay him, then you're gonna have to shake that shit up. So it's only gonna last for so long.
Sam Darnold is probably gonna be knocking on their door to receive some alms.
What was his deal? What was his deal? Like 3 for 100 or something like that?
I don't think he got 3.
What was it? Because we reported that shit.
What was Sam Darnold's deal? I think he might have got a 2-year.
2.
It wasn't, because again, the phones weren't ringing off the hook for Sam. So, I think they got him on the cheap, whatever it was.
It's a 3-year for 100.
Oh wow!
I knew it because we reported on it early when they first made the signing.
Guaranteed.
Check out our community post on YouTube. I believe it's a post about Sam Darnold. We was on it when it was popping. Not everybody was talking about it, but 2 Peas in the Bong was.
So
we got the receipts.
Here's my thing. I'm gonna say this. Everybody keeps talking about this. Oh, is this the blueprint? Can you win without paying an MVP quarterback, or whatever they keep talking about, right?
A Super Bowl, or just
can you win a Super Bowl? Right?
Yes.
And they keep, because the media wants you to fall in love with the superstars, they keep talking about something that isn't even happening. Right? They're like, hey, you don't want to pay, you don't want to have to pay a Tua $55 million just because he's the next guy up, even though he's not like one of those elite guys. And my response to that is, outside of Patrick Mahomes, these quote unquote elite guys haven't won.
And
I don't care about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson's MVPs. Y'all haven't won a Super Bowl.
True.
So you're saying that, hey, can you win without paying? And it seems like you can't win if you pay an elite guy.
Right, because then you start, eating up all the bread to pay. Listen, that's the same situation that Dallas is going to run into. They're going to be the second coming of the Cincinnati Bengals, because if you pay Pickens, who they're probably going to franchise tag, I'd put my money on that, then you're going to be in the same situation where you got 2 high paid receivers, and your quarterback is getting that bread. So I agree with you, Bong, and I'll take it a step further in terms of the quarterback. That you always say the quarterback is the most important position. The quarterback is the most important position. Agreed, because the quarterback is just gonna influence the game every single play, offensively at least. So they're gonna have the ball in their hands, the football in their hands every single offensive play. Just don't fuck it up. So you have to actually pick a guy who's not gonna fuck it up, right? And if you have a good enough defense, then you're in the game. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a superstar.
So here's the deal with that. And KP, am gonna let you jump in a second. It's funny because it seems like the true blueprint is either win with a quarterback on a rookie deal. Those seem to be the teams that are not necessarily winning the Super Bowl, but at least contending for a
Oh
Super
yeah.
Bowl. Or get a quarterback who was cast off and you can get him on the cheap, a Baker Mayfield, a Sam Darnold, something along those lines. Um, and it sucks because Mahomes has really taken the life or squeezed the life out of a lot of guys that probably could have got there. They had Burrow, I think, on his rookie deal
Yeah.
that made it to the Super Bowl, but ended up losing to the Rams, who basically mortgaged the future to go all in for that Super Bowl. But yeah, like
I'm not gonna say that because they're gonna be right back there,
who?
the Rams. And I
But
don't know if and I mean, you look at the draft, they have 2 first round picks this year. They got the 13th pick in the draft this
Yeah,
year.
but who are they gonna take? Because of it's different than NBA.
and the Rams are willing to say fuck them picks.
Yeah, true. And it's like if they take a offensive lineman, let's say, or somebody who's, I don't know, a cornerback or something, or a receiver for Matthew Stafford, and it's like, okay, cool, that was a great pick, but it's not like NBA where you take this one guy who's 1 out of 5 and he's like making this super ridiculous immediate impact. Like if it's not a superstar type player who's making a crazy impact, running back or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Do they
I don't know.
get on the phone and say, "Hey, Cincinnati, we got 2 first round picks. Would
And
you like them?"
and get Burrow.
Yeah.
Um, I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it. And folks would be up in arms like, "What? I can't believe it." Stafford just won the MVP and this and that. We know Stafford is at the tail end, right? Um, I wouldn't say it's a bad move.
And
I
then
would be mad at it.
and I'll say this. There were only 2 games in which the Seattle defense, or there were only, was it 2 or 3 games? 3 games where the Seattle defense didn't really put a stranglehold on teams, and it was the Sean
Right.
McVay games.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for what Mike McDonald is on defense, Sean McVay is on offense. So the Rams will always, always, always have a dog in the fight because Sean McVay is a genius, and I believe that they have a progressive. They have a progressive organization that is in a city that's on the come up.
Okay, because I'm
LA is what? LA is going to host the Super Bowl in 20, I think in 20 in 2 I think in 2 years. I think it's in 2 years LA is hosting the Super Bowl,
And the Olympics.
and I think so, yeah. So the 27-28 season, I think LA is hosting the Super Bowl. So that'll be the run up to the Olympics.
Yeah.
So LA, you want to, if you can be the guy in LA, if you can be the draw, the attention, in LA, I think the Rams and the Lakers are going to be fighting for real estate
Yeah.
in LA.
To live and die in LA.
I don't know
It's the place to be.
I don't know if I'm gonna go that far. I think we'll be fighting over real estate. It's gonna always be a Laker town.
No. I understand
For
the
basketball,
that
yeah,
comes
but
with,
yeah.
I understand the nostalgia that comes with the Lakers, right? And obviously, I'm a Laker fan. But what I'm saying is, if the Rams can string together another Super Bowl, we're talking about the right now.
Yeah.
The Lakers are trying to, whether we want to say it or not, they're waiting. They can't wait for the season to be over, and you know why?
Can't wait. I can't
Hey,
wait. I
and you
can't
remember
wait.
you you remember that episode of Snowfall when he said, "Now get the fuck out of here and take that bullshit with you." The bullshit.
Was it Unc?
Yeah,
That's it.
talking to Lee, talking to what's Franklin's boy? Lee. Hey, he told him, man, now get the fuck out.
Yeah, told Leon. Yeah.
Take that bullshit.
Yeah. Hey.
They tell him, bro.
Hey, to back up to what you said about the young quarterback, though, you either get the young quarterback or you get a vet who they gave up on. I think that's more so the strategy or whatever, or more so telling, because it's like catching lightning in a bottle, right?
Yeah.
A castaway who actually has the skills, who was highly touted, they just need to find that McVay, or find that defense. But the thing is, you mentioned Mahomes, and really Mahomes is the only one who's done it like that out of the quarterbacks who were supposed to be, the superstars. And Burrow was just a one year deal and hasn't repeated. So it's a flash in the pan kind of thing. It's more so, you said the Rams are going to be in it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, you said that about the Chiefs until they weren't. And let's be real, it wasn't because Mahomes got injured.
It was out before then.
Right. They were done. So, and folks will say Andy Reid is a genius as well. You got to have the right pieces. You got to have a crazy, ridiculous defense, or just a dynamic type offense with one of those, flash in the pan type deals where it ain't a bunch of tape on this young kid, so he's just going off. He's a rookie playing super well, and we got to figure it out.
DP, 7 years of AFC Championship or better.
That's it. But it's one. But what I'm saying is, it's one guy who's done that.
Right, and but before him, you got Brady and his dominance with the New England Patriots.
One guy who's done that. Like, right. take a any era you want to take, right? Let's do it.
Yeah.
And look at the teams. Like, maybe if you go back to a Dallas Cowboys, there was balance there when they had good defense, good offense. Some teams it's just been one side or the other. Patriots, Bong, your argument was that the defense was carrying Tom Brady.
In his first 3 Super Bowls, the defense did carry Tom Brady.
Okay.
But his next 4 Super Bowls, he was more, and I mean, obviously his, as he became more prominent in New England, he became the focal point of the offense, and it was more IQ, and just studying the game. Obviously, you watch videos of Tom Brady talking about his relationship with Bill Belichick and how studying the defense made him better. I think the 7th Super Bowl, which was the COVID year, that one was, I mean, he got a chance to pick and choose who he wanted. Hey, man, I want Gronk. I want AB. Bring Leonard Fournette, plus Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and whatever else we already have over here. He literally built his own offense. And when Bill when what was the guy's name? The head coach over there, Bill
For who?
for Tampa Bay.
That was Bruce Arians when
Bruce
they went.
Arians. When Bruce Arians was trying to run his offense midway through the season when it wasn't working, Tom Brady said, "Bro, I'm gonna run my show the way I want to run my show with the guys that I brought in." And it led to a Super Bowl that made him untouchable. But again, I understand all that. And Alf, I wanted to say this: I am not, and we are not poo-pooing what Seattle did. What Seattle did, what Seattle did was great. That defense was out of this world. I'm just stating the facts, okay? There were a few games, even that NFC Championship game, that was a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the Seattle defense can't have a night off. Those are familiar opponents. They know each other very well. So it's not something where you guys are going to catch them by surprise or where they're going to catch you guys by surprise. Each team threw haymakers. You guys were victorious. You guys won. That was literally the game that got the media off of Sam Darnold's ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and again, I think lost in all of this was we watched two really, really, really great defenses.
Yeah.
And Seattle just didn't make any. I'm talking about zero mistakes. Zero mistakes.
Yeah, no. And the thing is, it's like Seattle didn't waste their defense like Houston wasted their defense. If this was
Denver unfortunately wasted
and Denver, take your pick. I think the Houston deal would have probably been a little bit tougher, like as far as the stout defenses. I said something to my brother while we were watching the game, and he said, "Yeah, it would probably be 19-16 right now in favor of Seattle if it was like if Houston's offense could have held up their end of the bargain by not fucking it up, right?
Yeah.
But man.
And when you see this happen and how everything plays out, now you understand why Josh Allen was crying. Because
he knew
the best shot
he said,
to win this game, you needed an offense that was going to press the issue against. And Josh Allen is just a white version of Cam Newton. You can't bring him down just off of, I mean, Drake May, it was a play where they ran a center into him and Drake May crumbled like a bag of bricks. Like I said, they done rushed your center into you. I said, oh shit. Drake May, fight. He got to fight.
It seemed like it was only a matter of time before they got to him. And they eventually did. I'll say this. I know we've been introducing different stuff. I'll say I don't think neither one of them will be back in the Super Bowl next year. I don't remember saying I do to neither one of you motherfuckers, okay? Shout out to Poetic Justice. I don't think neither one of them is going to be in the Super Bowl next year. Sorry, Alf, resident Seahawks fan. I think this was your year and y'all capitalized, but
yeah.
But who's, again, name an offense that's going to be able to withstand that defense. So, huh?
The Rams.
The Rams' problem is that you have on the other side of it, you have a team that's just as good as you guys are. The games this year showed that Seattle and the Rams are basically right here. And if you're saying that McDonald is only going to get better in what looks like him being the defensive version of Sean McVay, I think they'll continue to battle. And who has their best that day. But I'm not saying that the Rams are better. And I don't see a team. And again, there'll always be a surprise team that comes out.
It will.
Will. so
But
far.
what both of them were 14-3, right?
Yeah.
No,
I,
the Ram. They
No,
were.
no, I'm
he's
talking about the
talking about
Super
New
Bowl.
England. He's
Oh,
talking
okay.
about New England. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
in the Super Bowl, like
Yeah.
14-3.
Or yeah.
Uh, I don't know. I don't know if we gonna have that again next year. Um,
Drake May. Damn, bro. I
they
was
got
riding
they got
you
the tape
during
on
the
you.
regular season, but you look
Hey,
like Boo Boo the entire playoffs.
hey, Bong, and it'll be telling next year as far as which direction he's gonna go because they got the tape on you.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah. And do they upgrade the talent around him? So you got a good run game. You got a 1-2 punch.
yeah,
In Ramondre Stevenson and the
and
rookie
Henderson.
Henderson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they had enough at the wide receiver position.
Right. They'll have to address that.
They must address that.
Booty was coming along. Pause.
Yeah.
Um, Douglas is like showing flashes. Are you going to invest in Diggs for,
No. No.
exactly? That's what I'm saying. So
Here-
that's definitely a spot that they'll have to address.
You know what? You know what? You know what? Which receiving core they remind me of?
Who?
Buffalo.
I don't
Ooh.
know, so,
Just a bunch of
I mean, but they play. You got a couple receivers that played for Buffalo.
Hollins did. Yeah, Hollins was
And,
playing well. I'll
and
give
dude,
him his credit.
Did you guys see his walk in outfit?
I
yeah,
didn't.
He
yeah.
came in Hannibal Lecter.
Oh God.
He had the joint on. He had the thing to cover his face. He came in with the cuffs on, with the gel jumpsuit.
You're doing too much, man.
Of,
Hey,
of,
say, man.
of
Say,
course,
man, you're doing too much, man.
of course, with no shoes.
With no shoes. That's the signature right there.
Come
Yeah.
on,
Looking
man.
like Sideshow Bob. But
Dr. Lecter?
yeah,
Right
man,
now.
it's. But hey, man, that's the NFL season.
Oh no, that ain't it, brother. We got to
What
talk about that halftime show.
I was gonna, I wanted to bring up the commercials first because
Oh, okay.
there was
Oh.
way too much AI.
Uh, it's Bong. I'm glad you said it. It seemed like every commercial was AI.
AI.
Every single one. It seemed like they just went and said, hey, we're sending you this agreement. Can we use your name, image, and likeness? Do you agree? And everybody was like, yeah, sure. How much money? And then
That's
they just made AI versions.
that's sad
It
because
is.
it's almost like they're trying to make us comfortable with it. Like, no, get used
Right.
to this.
Right.
It's here. So we're gonna introduce it to you on the biggest stage just to see what the reaction is.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
was not feeling that
see how
shit.
people take to it. But yeah,
Everything looked like AI.
So
Yeah.
I saw a post that said, "You don't have to make it perfect. You just have to make it." Basically, alluding to once you make it, you could use AI to then make it perfect.
absolutely,
Damn.
absolutely, cold game.
Man.
But it's the reality, though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, KP. You want to talk about the halftime show?
Halftime show, man. Bad Bunny, the most, what is it, the most streamed artist in the world right now? Yeah, man. I thought the aesthetics of the halftime show were incredible. The props, the way that they made it look like Puerto Rico, I thought it was very, very interesting. Um, I know last year we had Kendrick and we were talking about culture and moving the culture and the culture wins. This year, and there were people that were saying that they didn't understand Kendrick's symbolism and what he was trying to say. And this year, I'm like, I really don't understand what the hell Bad Bunny was saying because it wasn't even in the language, dog.
Right, 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 right.
And I had the closed caption on, but there
Yeah.
wasn't no translation.
But the translation in real time is too fast. It's too much going on. They
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
We can't get to it and try and edit out some of that stuff. So it's probably best not to.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Bad Bunny, like who's his counterpart? I know him by
And,
the
and,
labs.
and
like the person that's another Latin pop star.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. In that genre, I don't know.
What is the dude's name? J Balvin.
I would have
No.
never guessed him.
They're mega stars, you
Yeah.
know. And just because it's not your cup of tea, you know. And again, everything the United
Politically correct.
is on the United States is on some bullshit
Politically
right now.
correct.
And it was the only ignorant thing. Whether you like the show, or you don't like the show, right? Shakira came up there. She did some with Jennifer Lopez, and I think that was, and they did like some type of Spanish shit. But
Lady Gaga, Ricky Martin.
huh?
I
Jennifer
said,
Lopez was on there.
Wasn't Jennifer Lopez on there with Shakira?
I don't know. I didn't. I
Oh,
saw Lady Gaga. I saw Ricky
Jessica Alba
Martin out
was on
there.
there, and
Who?
Jessica Alba.
No, I'm not talking about yesterday.
What you talking
I'm
about?
talking about when Shakira did her
Oh,
halftime
you're talking
show.
about before when Shakira did
Yeah,
her joint. Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Okay,
And it wasn't political, but then now you have, and it's the most ignorant part about it is that you have like really famous people, and they're trying to say like, oh, this is not American, even though Puerto Rico is part of America and this man is Puerto Rican. Like,
hey man, listen. I think we pick and choose when we say Puerto Rico's America and when it ain't America.
it don't matter when you pick and choose it.
Just saying, man.
Just
Like,
do the knowledge, man.
hey
Do the
man,
yeah.
knowledge.
My brother said that to me when I was mentioning that point. My brother was like, "Yeah, Puerto Rico was part of the U.S." and I was like,
Like, do the knowledge, man. I don't
yeah,
care.
listen,
Like,
we pick and choose because
it was.
when it comes to the Olympics, they not America. They Puerto Rico. Did my internet go out?
"Nah, I think it's bongs." Okay.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Jake Paul.
I said, Bong, we pick and choose because when it comes to the Olympics, Puerto Rico is not America. Puerto Rico is Puerto Rico. You
Right.
remember when the Puerto Rican national team beat the American team in 2004, and everybody was laughing at that shit.
Right. Hear me out. Now I forgot my point because you hit
You
me
about
with
to talk
that.
about Jay Paul. Jay Paul.
Okay, Jake Paul came out and started saying some shit about, oh, we want an American artist,
Yeah.
the Spanish speakers. Do you know that Jake Paul resides in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, to avoid paying taxes to the
Okay.
United
So
States.
you're gonna diss the place where you reside. Amanda Serrano, the female
Famous
fighter,
boxer.
she's a boxer, and he promotes
Yeah.
under his promotion company, who she's
He
fought on
he's
like
picking and choosing too.
she's fought on like 3 of his undercards.
Yeah.
Every single one of his fights, his last 3 or 4 fights, she's been on the undercard.
Money talks.
And she's from Puerto Rico,
Money
and now
talks.
she has to come and defend her boss, who's doing it for political reasons only.
We just
It's like
Look,
picking and choosing though.
we're living in a simulation right now, man.
you know what though? You know what though, Bong? I'll go back to what you said a minute ago, and like I said, my brother had made the same point. Like, due to knowledge and stuff, it doesn't have to be your cup of tea. Like, I don't give a shit about this halftime Super Bowl and all that stuff. I didn't give a shit about a couple others. You could name some others, like you mentioned Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. I wasn't like, oh shit, Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. I'm glued to the screen. Like I
So
was, I
DP,
was fucking with the Kendrick joint, but some
what,
people wasn't. It
hey
just is what it
DP.
is.
So when you run into one of those Super Bowl performances where it's the halftime show and you don't like it, what you gonna do?
Some other shit,
Exactly.
right?
Like, just
And
don't.
you ain't exactly. You ain't got a trip. Like go, go eat. Go talk to your boys who showed up at the Super Bowl party. Like go do something.
Go
Like
outside
right.
or just
Go
turn it
go
off for
smoke or
15 minutes.
whatever your
Yeah.
vice is. Like go get a quickie in with your girl or something. Like man, like do something.
Y'all, yeah,
Do something.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna say I'm still hurt. I'm not hurt anymore, but I remember the Janet Jackson titty. I missed it.
Okay, well, then
I missed the show.
Janet Jackson catch a titty or something like
Oh man, I missed it, man. I missed that halftime.
You know what though, KP? All I'm saying is, even if I ain't feeling it or don't understand the message, I'm not up in arms like, what the fuck they got Bad Bunny on here for? This is bull. Like that's not. I'm not doing that. Like motherfuckers was doing with Kendrick last year. Like, why do they have Kendrick on here? And not like, no, if you don't fuck with it,
just don't
just
fuck with it.
don't.
Don't fuck with it. It's always been like some when they used to have Maroon 5, U2, whoever all these people was I wasn't fucking with, we was doing something else during that shit. But now I think social media gives everybody a mouthpiece, right?
Man, did you see that they had another concert on YouTube? The American
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock? Yeah.
Hey, and they put the streams up like Bad Bunny got 100 billion or some shit like that versus Kid Rock's 2 billion streams. So it's like, what are we doing? Let Kendrick try to do something like that, or a hip hop artist or somebody try to do something like that. Like, I don't know. Damn. And Jay-Z is running his situation, right?
Look at Al. Look what Al said.
Ooh wee. Ooh wee.
What are you saying? Want to feel old?
Damn, Alf. Ooh wee.
Oh shit. Anywho, man.
Hey, crazy thing though is that we really rock with you too, Alf, which is the different generations. So that I think is actually dope.
Absolutely.
That somebody like Alf in the mix, like who really fucks with us.
Yeah.
And like we really rock with him. So shout out to Alf, man.
Absolutely. And like I said before, Alf, we did it, baby. Top of the world.
Oh man.
Oh, shit. Anyways, KP hit him with the balloon so we can get it.
Oh, 2 P's in the bong. We